Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On second down, it's Drake. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Move, 45.
Now a second down for Fitzpatrick. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. We got 3.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Allen's got it over the middle. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
On first down, Drake. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39.
Go.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. These two teams, Titans and Dolphins, met last year, Week 5. That was Jay Cutler versus Matt Castle, and it was the Dolphins getting a fourth-quarter touchdown from Jarvis Landry, and they held on to win 16-10 in South Florida. Fitzpatrick.
Crash.
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. These Dolphins last year, Charles, 6-10 under second-year coach Adam Gase, a regression from their playoff run in 2016. But this once-proud franchise, they haven't won a playoff game since the 2000 season.
Yeah, think about it this way. 2 years under head coach Adam Gase, a little bit of a yo-yo. Playoffs his first year, not close his second year. They need to get back to competing for a playoff spot this season. So, more consistent play. play, less penalties, and getting Ryan Tannehill back for all 16 games at quarterback.
Well, you mentioned penalties. The Dolphins had more penalties than any team the last 2 years. Second and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run it out of the gun. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guy trying to block him, and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. On fourth down, Matt Park to punt it away. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
Let's go, let's go.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
Easy.
4 down, 4 down.
On second down, here's Henry. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On third down, Mariota. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Fielded at the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Dolphin football. Now we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The throw is Fitzpatrick. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Set. Ready.
First down, Fitzpatrick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there of 22.
Not only they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Fitzpatrick to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Three down.
Now a handoff for Drake. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he was being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion and you your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got him circling around, and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, and when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also, they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. No running there. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think you just saw the
especially early in the game like they have. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you can see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Mariota to throw it. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he tried to pass each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Double tight.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
So back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
It gives to Henry, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Double tight. Hey.
Now a toss play to Lewis. Oh, the spin. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Dion Lewis, his first touchdown as a Tennessee Titan. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Suckup for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. It got his man complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, away. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. People in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
The fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game.
Watch the screen.
And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Touchdown.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
One. Set. 180.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Set. 180. 1.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Wide open receiver complete.
Let's
And
go.
they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
He dumps it off for Henry. Pushes over.
Now, that's just not right.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Set. Blue 80.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Adam Humphries, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
There we go. Nice move. Nice move.
Extra point try now for Suckup. Extra point put through by Suckup, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
He starts to drive on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. Play action now, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. It was Kenny Vaccaro there to get a hand on that one. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
3 down.
The rookie from Arizona State it's Kalen Balaj. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper
One,
play.
one.
But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And his throw here's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Twisting away. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20, 10, touchdown Titans. As his guys are in for 6, and the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Wake. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And over the middle, this is Parker. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Right there in the middle.
Force!
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. You take it right on the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Titan football. And the Titans getting set to go. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
got the lead. Yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score. More of a cushion in the game. So far, defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, ready? Blue
2nd down, Mariota. And Walker with it over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A reminder, 4 more games set to kick off later this afternoon. Chiefs, Chargers, Seahawks and the Broncos, Redskins and Cardinals, and then the Cowboys against the Panthers. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
You don't want no problems with me. Three down.
Fitzpatrick. And throw outside complete to Parker. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play, and facing a 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. 3rd down here.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Fitzpatrick. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Hey, we got 3. We got 2.
180.
They try and get the run game going. This is Henry. Finds a seam inside the 40. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 54 yards. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
Touchdown, baby. Let's go.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point put through by Suckup, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Dolphins getting set to go here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes out and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down.
Set. Ready.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Move 45. Move 45.
On the give, this is Drake. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
We got three, fellas.
They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. On the left side, this is Stills. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills, 53 yards. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, how about the run after?
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle takes it down. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Hey, 4 down.
They'll start on the ground. Derrick Henry looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Right there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. Goes underneath for Henry. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Titans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Three down.
One.
Eyes up. One set.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis.
Jump trip is
And he'll be
here, baby.
taken down, but
Jump
not
trip
before
is
he
here.
works it past the 50. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Easy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. They have to use timeouts. What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Mike Bartu.
One.
From the gun, Mariota. And he comes back with one complete. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Mariota now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
One.
52, Mike 52.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Dumps it off to Lewis. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening the overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Suckup now set to kick it off following the made field goal. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now.
Three.
Tight left. Out. 3 down.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On second down, Fitzpatrick again. And his throw is incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell obviously to the ground. Here's Fitzpatrick. Complete to Grant. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they put field position there? A nice attacking play. He picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Fitzpatrick. Now Fitzpatrick hit. Oh, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And it's caught by Parker. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. They convert on third with a gain of 22. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
We got 3 down.
Fitzpatrick on first down. It's complete. Stills. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. In for the score. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they will start out in great shape, up very close to midfield.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not looking for another field goal. They're looking for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they'll indeed take a knee. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Tennessee, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll head back home.
Oh, I hear you guys talking about Victory Monday. Only one way to get that. Let's see some hustle out.
Green the line! Green the line! Red! Blue 80! Blue 80! Set! Blue 80! Blue 80! Red! Blue 80! Blue 80! Set! Blue 80! Blue 80! Red! Black 22! Black 22! Red! Green the line! Green the line! Red! Black 22! Black 22! Set! Blue 80! Blue 80! Down! Blue 80! Blue 80! Set! Black 22! Black 22! Down! Green the line! Green the line!